gentlemen, everyone between Hooker here, and today we are doing an oil change on the Ducati 959. Alright guys, so for your oil change, you're gonna need some Ducati motor oil, which are about $20 a piece.
Hey fellas, look what I found in my pocket. Look, a year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons. See that? A fun coupon.
You want to make sure anytime that you get motorcycle oil, it says 4T. Now, for this Ducati oil change and for this specific Ducati, the weight of the oil is going to be 15W50. Also, you want to make sure you get your official Ducati filter and your official replace the Ducati seals. The filter is about $40.
Fun coupons.
And the seals are about $15 a piece.
Fun coupons.
Or if you're on a budget, just go to Walmart and buy one giant thing of Rotella Shell 1540 or 1550 for about $24. And also, if you want to save a little bit of money, just go to Advance Auto and buy a K&N oil filter for about $15, thus saving you the extraordinary Ducati price that you would normally pay. But this is an official Ducati oil change, so we're going all the way. So, in the beginning, you're gonna need to do what?
Put it in gear so the motherfucker doesn't roll back behind you. And then you get a cover off. That's because you have to get to the oil filter. So when you do an oil change, you do the oil filter. And you also save a couple $100.
Fun coupons.
Alright guys, once you have the fairing off, you're gonna be able to locate your screw right under here. Right before the fan. The fan's right there, and it's gonna be a 14mm socket. Just tuck it right in there. It should fit snugly. Use an extension to get it out. Make sure to hold the bike so it doesn't fall over. If you have an extra set of hands. If you don't, then don't worry about it. Just be very careful. Once you get it loose, you can undo the rest by your fingers and then just slip underneath the oil pan. If a little bit of oil gets on the ground, don't worry about it. It's set.
Taking out the oil filter.
And what size are you going to need to do that?
5/16.
Okay. And we have an extension on it to make the job a little bit simpler. Alright, so in order to get that cover off, we're going to use 2 needle nose. There we go. It's just as simple as that. We're going to be removing the oil filter. Alright, so in order to pull out the oil filter, we took an Allen key and we just literally stuck it right in the little back end and just pulled it right out. So now we're going to be changing out the oil filter rings. The old rings have been on the bike for around 11,000 miles. So at every exponential amount of mileage, you're going to definitely want to change these out because they just get worn over time and heat and all that other good stuff. And it's just as simple as taking a flathead and putting it underneath the oil ring seals and then just replace them with some new ones. You don't have to do this every single time you do an oil change, but if you want to keep your Ducati perfect, it would behoove you to do it. After you remove the rings, just take your time on cleaning the oil cap. Just because, you know, you want to have a nice surface area for the new rings to go on. Alright, so we're going to be putting on the oil rings. I'll just let you do it right here. Make sure not to drop them on the ground because you want everything to be nice and clean. Remember, Ducati. There you go. Simple as that. So now we're going to be changing out the oil filter. Alright, now can you show us which way the filter goes in?
This side in, this side out, the same way it came out, same way it goes in. Basically. And you push it to pop it in. Once it's in, you get out.
It's as simple as that, folks. Now put your bolts back in. Now, why do you want to hand tighten it in the beginning?
For the thread to fully be in there and it doesn't get like stripped or you avoid getting stripped. So you hand tighten things first and then you put the socket to be snug.
And we're not adding extreme amount of pressure, correct?
Nope. Just nice.
Nice and taut.
Nice and snug right there.
Alright guys, so when you take your filter out, before you put your oil back in, you want to look at your filter and make sure that there's no metal shavings or anything on the filter. Your oil plug will have a magnet on the end, and if you see a little bit of shavings on there, that's absolutely normal. You see the shavings right there?
Yeah, a little bit, not even.
There's going to be a little bit of shavings on it because all Ducatis have metal shavings on it. And also you're going to want to replace the ring that goes around your oil plug, which we will show you. Alright, so we have cleaned off the plug just to make sure that it has no soot or anything on it before it goes inside the holes. We don't want to strip anything, and we also have a brand new oil plug washer that we're going to stick on this before it gets inserted. And it should go right in nice and smooth. It's already lubricated with oil, and that washer and that plug being nice and clean will make it get slide in just like butter. Remember, it's going to be a 14 size socket. And you want to put a little bit of an extension on it so everything goes in nice and smooth and you don't have to fight it. Again, do not over tighten it. It just has to be nice and snug. Alright, and the next step is just to start putting everything back together. You can either put the oil in first and then put everything back together, or you can put everything back together first and then put the oil in. Alright guys, so we're about to pour in that beautiful Ducati Gold. So how many quarts does this take? 4 quarts of oil. And you just pour it in there like so. Look at that. That's some high quality, expensive Shell oil that you could probably get at Walmart for a lot less. But if you want to be official, Ducati. Or as they say in Italy, Ducati. So before you put the oil cap back on, make sure it's nice and clean, because you don't want to put any dirty cruds or anything back in there. So you see the oil just sitting there, guys?
Bottom mark. We gotta start it up so you can